Chelsea fans, back with a 5-minute Chelsea news update. All the latest Chelsea stories in just a 5-minute video. Short, sweet, to the point, no waffle. Why go anywhere else? Smash that like button and subscribe, and let's get cracking. First up then, we know that 5 bids were made by the deadline last Friday for Chelsea. The Raine group are overseeing the whole process, and we're hearing that Roman Abramovich still has a say on who the club is going to be sold to. One thing is clear. There's so much content, there's so many reports and so many quotes being made at the moment. There's no point for me to continue doing videos over and over again about the bids because you're reading about them every single day in all sorts of media outlets. One thing that I will say on this channel, on my news update, is we want a bid to be accepted that includes people that are Chelsea fans, people that are aware of what happened in the last 20 years, people that want to replicate that success and, if anything, take the club further forward and the stadium development. That's what we're looking for. We can't afford to go backwards. We don't want to be sold off to a company that's just going to see us as a money-making machine and just turn us into a business and not have Chelsea at their core. That's what we want. That's hopefully what we're going to get. And we just have to wait and see what happens. Player updates now, and Toni Rudiger rumoured to have signed a 4-year deal with Juventus. As we know, Chelsea can't offer contracts at the moment because of the sanctions. Rudiger and Chelsea have been going backwards and forwards for so long anyway in relation to try and get an agreement done with his contract. Reportedly, he wants £225,000 a week. Chelsea have balked at that particular idea and offered him mediocre amounts, or amounts that he's rejected. Let's just say that. It looks as though now the sanction that was the final straw for it. Negotiations are done and finished. Unless one of these bidders and a sale can be agreed, it can go through quickly, and somebody like Toni Rudiger can be tied down to a new contract. But it looks as though that deal isn't going to happen. He's agreed a 4-year deal with Juventus, and expect more and more updates on this as we move forward. Looks as though we just have to get used to the idea of Chelsea without Rudiger. Chelsea were there before he was. No big deal. We have to move on, and being Chelsea, we'll find a suitable replacement. You may have noticed his goal celebration against Middlesbrough this week. Pretty mundane. No sort of real reaction unless he points to one of his teammates who set him up. Romelu Lukaku's not happy, and according to Football Insider, he wants to leave the club this summer. Lukaku has found himself on the bench for the most part, with Kai Havertz now preferred up front, starting the big games. And that obviously emanates from his interview. Ever since he made that interview a few months back, it's just going downhill for Lukaku. And will Chelsea cut their losses in the summer? Whether or not they can actually do any transfer business is yet to be seen. But Lukaku wants to leave the club, and if Chelsea can get these sanctions lifted and there's going to be business this summer, I wonder if Chelsea will convince him to try and stay, or if they'll turn around and say, yeah, go, and try and get their money back. I guess we have to wait and see. But for now, Lukaku's scoring goals. He scored a couple in the last few games, Luton and again at Middlesbrough. Will he get a chance in the big games in the Premier League coming up? We have to wait and see. But he's not happy. We can all see that. It's pretty clear, really. What do you think about Lukaku? Will he stay or will he go? Let me know in the comments section below. And what you think about Toni Rudiger. Finally, Inter Milan and Juventus are a transfer swoop this summer for Conor Gallagher, reportedly worth around 20 million after his impressive displays for Crystal Palace. Gallagher, let's face it, didn't pull up any trees at West Brom. He's gone to Crystal Palace under Patrick Vieira. They revitalised Crystal Palace, and he's been outstanding, Conor Gallagher. Assists and important goals, and he's become an integral part within their squad and their first team. Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel have got big plans for Gallagher, with Tuchel openly admitting that he's a player that he really likes. So hopefully we can keep hold of him in the summer. He's already got some of the big guns already circling because he's impressed people that much. Hopefully he can do it in a Chelsea shirt next season. That's it from me, people. 5-minute Chelsea news update. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think about any of the stories discussed in the comment section below. Have a great day. I'm back later tonight with a live stream just to catch up on everything Chelsea from 8 o'clock this evening. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Come and join in, and I'll see you next time.